Viva Espana! So I haven't blogged in like 13 days or something like that because it's just been really, really busy around here and a lot to do. So I figured I'd just make a video blog to make it easier, make it shorter, and take less work for me just for today, just for this next blog post. So I guess I left off with being sick, and everyone went to Segovia on the 12th, but I couldn't go because I didn't pay for it in advance since I didn't know if I was going to be feeling well or not. So Anna and I went to the Museo de America, which we just kind of found along our way, walking around and stuff. But it ended up being a lot of fun. We got in for free, which is always nice. And then we walked around there, took pictures and stuff, kind of spent the day in the city, went shopping a little bit, which was a lot of fun. And then came back and had dinner with Maria and everyone from Segovia. So that was a lot of fun. And then the next day we went to Toledo, which was beautiful. They had just like gorgeous, gorgeous views. There's a ton of pictures on Facebook. It was awesome. We went into a cathedral, which was Gothic style because it's like really, really long. And they say it's like so you feel like you're going to heaven. And then there's like a lot of, it was like really pretty. It's like a lot of gold and like there's the main altar is just surrounded by like organs and everything's like sculpted in stone. It was just beautiful. We had a really good time. And then we started our first like full week of classes. So we had our first full week last week. This was our second full week. I'm taking 5 classes. The most fun one is dance. I'm in like a Latin rhythms, which is a lot of fun. I'm in that with Anna and Dusty, and that's just like a total blast. We just like have a great time, like learning merengue and salsa. So that's been like really, really fun. I'm also in ethics class, which is really interesting because it's got people from like all over the world. Like there's kids from Morocco, Saudi Arabia, kids from all over the United States in that class. So that's just really cool. I'm sure it'll get more interesting as like the class goes on, having people with so many different opinions and religions and stuff. That'll be really, really neat when we start talking about stuff like that. So that's those classes. And then the next weekend we went to Salamanca. Like our school took a trip, but we decided there's 8 of us. It was Julia, me, Anna, Kat, Sam, Dusty, Jimmy, and Molly. We all went to Salamanca by ourselves, and it was a lot of fun. We stayed in a hostel the first night, and when we got there, we got to see the Plaza Mayor, and supposedly they have the most gorgeous Plaza Mayor out of all of Spain, so that was really cool. We got to see that at night too, so it was all lit up and pretty, and it was really busy, like nightlife, because all around the plaza they have different shops and stores, and there's clubs and bars, so there's a lot of young people there, which was fun. And then we went to like a chain place that night for sangria and stuff, but it was really good. And then, but before that, after we got to our hostel, which took us forever to find because we got a little lost, but it was fine because we got to see the city, which was beautiful. We went to like a bunch of different restaurants, and tapas were so cheap. We went to this one like kind of fancier, like seemed like an upper class restaurant, but we got like really cheap tapas. And then we went to a Mexican restaurant where we just ate more tapas. It was really, really good. Then we went out that night and then got back, and our hostel was nice. It was pretty clean. It was actually kind of freaky though, because in the middle of the night we heard like drunk people coming back, like knocking on our doors and stuff. And of course we all woke up and were like freaking out, but it ended up being fine. It was just people being dumb, not knowing where they were. But that was kind of a freaky first hostel experience. But our hostel was really clean. Molly did an awesome job finding it, so thanks, Molly. That was a lot of fun though. That first night, and then the next day we went and saw, they have like an old cathedral and a new cathedral that are attached in Salamanca, so we went there and it was gorgeous. We ended up just like kind of walking around the different parts of the cathedral, and it was really cool because there's like a bunch of different, in the cathedral, the new cathedral, there's like a bunch of different like altars kind of, or like rooms with different statues and kind of monuments, I guess you could say. And it was again gorgeous. It was the same like Gothic style as the one in Salamanca, or as the one in Toledo. So it was like really, really pretty. And then the old cathedral was really cool because it had like a lot of history, and there was a cloister in there and a bunch of chapels. So we got to see that too, which was really, really pretty. And then Dusty, Sam, and I by accident bought tickets, like thinking we were following the rest of the group, to like go up into the tower, and we didn't really know what we were doing, but we ended up being on top of the roof of the cathedral, and it was gorgeous. We had like beautiful views of the city and great pictures. Of course, my camera died when we were up there, so you have to look at Sam's pictures for that, but it was gorgeous. And then we like found more stairs, so we figured, oh, we're just gonna go like on another part of the roof. Well, then we ended up being like in the cathedral, but we were like even with the stained glass windows, and these cathedrals are huge, and so we were like way up there, and it was kind of freaky because like the ledges only come up to like maybe like here-ish, not even like lower, like maybe stomach level. So it was kind of freaky because you can like lean over and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm way up here. But it just ended up working out that we were like just above all of our friends. They were like down exactly from where we were up in the cathedral. So we were trying to get out, and we just kept going like up and like on more and more rooftops of the cathedral. So I mean, it was awesome. It was so beautiful. But we were just like, we need to try to find a way out so we can meet up with everyone. But then, so me, Sam, and Dusty just kind of did our own thing for a while since we couldn't really meet up with everyone. And we went to the Universidad, which is like one of the oldest universities in Spain. And there's like a frog, like on the entrance. There's like this really awesome, like engraved entrance. And it's huge, again, massive. And you have to find like the frog that's engraved on there, and it's supposed to give you good luck. So we did that, and Sam was actually the first to find it, so she's probably going to be the luckiest of all of us. But that was really cool too, because we all found that, which was really fun, like the 8 of us. Then we went to lunch at this really good tapas place again, kind of. It was like a little cafe. It was really good. And then what else did we do? We had chocolate and churros. We saw the House of Shells, Casa de las Cancas, which has to do something with Saint Santiago, because people who go on the Camino de Santiago like wear shells. It has something to do with him. I'm not totally positive. So then we did that in Salamanca, and then the next day we went to El Escorial with school, and that was really pretty, but it was freezing. And we went to a monastery that was ginormous. I couldn't even tell you how many acres there were. It was huge. But we got to see, like, I forget the name of it, but we got to see a lot of dead people. A lot of dead kings and queens, like, their actual, what do you call them, caskets, underground. But we also got to see, we didn't get to take pictures, which really stunk because it was gorgeous, but we got to see a ton of the rooms and the main altar where they have mass every day, and we actually got to see like the end of a mass, which is really pretty, and all the paintings, because they painted all the ceilings. We went into like the main part of the monastery, which is where like mass was being said, and they have 44 chapels because the monks used to like give mass at each one of the chapels during like the same time, so that way like a bunch of people could come, because they didn't have like microphones and sound systems and stuff back then, so they couldn't just have like one big mess. A little piece of history, I guess. But that was really cool. We had a lot of fun there. It was freezing, so we were happy to start heading back. It actually ended up snowing when we were there, so it was a lot of fun, but we were ready to be back. And then that led us into this week of school, which was just an ordinary week of school. I had my first Spanish quiz today. Really, really hard, because my teacher doesn't speak English, so learning grammar in Spanish is kind of difficult, but it's been good. And then tomorrow, we are going to Prague. Me, Anna, and Molly are going to Prague, and then Kat, Sam, Dusty, Jimmy, Julia, and V all went to Ireland to visit Deirdre and Elizabeth. So we're kind of splitting up for the weekend, but I'm really excited to go to Prague. I think it'll be awesome and totally fun, and I can't wait. So that's the next kind of big to-do on our list of things. And then I'll be sure to keep up with my blog post writing stuff. I just decided to do the video this week since I'm being really lazy. But other things that I didn't mention in my blog post about Spain that are different. Just random fun facts before I go. The time is in military time, so that's interesting, because it's always like 17:20, so you have to like figure that out. I mean, it's not that difficult, but just different when you look at a clock and it says that. Graffiti's everywhere. Graffiti is all over the city. It's like not a big deal. You'd think you were like in a dangerous part, but you never are. Just everywhere. What else? Food is really good. Anyone who says it's really bad doesn't know what they're talking about, because the food here is amazing. Our mom cooks amazing meals. Like every night we get soup, meat, salad, dessert, It's like amazing. And our dessert isn't like, oh, here's a scoop of ice cream. It's like, here's a homemade cake I just made for you. So good. I'm trying to think of what else. That's basically the big ones for now. The biggest differences about Spain. I stand out like a sore thumb here with my pink North Face, blonde hair, and pale skin. I get asked all the time, like, do you speak English? Because I clearly stand out as an American. So that's another little fun fact. Don't wear your hot pink coat. But that's about it for this blog post of Spain. So keep updated, because after this weekend I'm sure I'll have plenty more stories and a lot more fun to share. So get ready. Viva Espana!